Welcome back. This is your Monday morning feel-good vibe, and we are your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. Great to have you here with us. And, of course, we live in a big world. There's a global population of over 7.5 billion people, and everyone expresses their feelings a little differently. So there's research that shows that these expressions can take any number of 5 various forms, and understanding these love languages, as they're called, can really deepen the actions and words used to create relationship bonds.
Exactly. So today we're asking you, what love languages do you speak in your relationships? And can you use this knowledge to enrich your relationships with your loved ones? Of course, our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, is in the building to help us discuss this hot topic, and our lines are open. So please feel free to give us a call on 021-430-9881 with your questions or comments, and we will engage with you. Well, here she is, everybody. Dr. Eve in the house.
Good to have you here.
How are you? You look beautiful today. Hey, just like summery.
Thank you.
Loving it.
So kind.
My #1 love language is, of course, French. I really, really love it. No, these are very
love
different.
Speaking it or love kissing in
it's
it?
It's a French. You know what I mean. But, of course, these are very different love languages that we're talking about, and ones that are very important to understand. Let's first start off with that question about why it is so important to recognize that all people do express love very differently.
Yeah. I kind of want to say before we get into it that I so wish that I was Gary Chapman. He's the guy who in 1992 created this concept of love language. I think it's important that we get to understand what they are, where they come from. So he's a pastor, and he also is a public speaker, and he was counseling people, and he kept listening, and he found threads and themes that kept coming through. And he said there are these 5 things that people really want in order to feel loved. And he wrote this book called The 5 Love Languages in 1992. And here we are in 2018. 19, we're in 29. And we're still talking about it. You know, kudos to Gary Chapman, I mean, really rich man, for coming up with this simple concept of what it is that we want to feel loved. And this is the important thing is, how do we feel loved? So here, simplistically, what are the 5 love languages that he talks about? Is the love language of physical touch, the love language of acts of service to other people, of affirmation, words of affirmation, quality time together, and then gifts. So please think, because you know I'm going to ask you, what do you think you both need in order to feel loved? There's a quiz online, by the way. There's even an app today to say, keep up with your couple and make sure that you know what your love languages are, because they keep changing as well. So I did the quiz, and I want them all.
I was going to ask that question. Is it possible that your love languages is all of them?
Of course. Did you find that?
No, I don't know. No, there's definitely, when I look at this list, others that I can see that are less important to me than others. So, you know, like gifts.
Which is the top of the list, though?
Looking at this, probably words of affirmation.
Okay.
For me, if I think about it, What about you?
Well, top of my list was quality time.
Quality time with
spent.
somebody.
Yeah, for me, that is the greatest gift, is someone's time. You can
but
give
look
me
what
your
you're doing, and you're moving forward, and you're engaging with the eyes. And that is exactly what people want.
Yes.
Is that engagement. Not just sitting like you two are on the couch, Netflix and chill, not talking, not looking at each other.
Exactly.
It's a quality time that people really long for. So he did a little bit of research to find out what are the most popular ones. He took a number of couples and he asked them what the most popular. So in order of popularity, it was first words of affirmation.
Okay.
Really interesting.
That was the most popular one?
Yeah, of his little research survey that he did.
I'm very common.
Yeah, you're very common, but we'll come back to why that is. The second thing was quality time, right? Then it was acts of service. Then it was physical touch, and gifts came last.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that really interesting?
It is very, very interesting.
Now, I think, you know, how we can engage with our viewers today is to be able to ask them, how do you feel loved? And are you able to communicate that to your partner? And if you can't, why not?
Okay, so what love languages do you speak in your relationships? Can you use this knowledge to enrich your relationships with your loved ones? Well, our lines are open, so give us a call on 021-430-9881. We take your questions and your comments with our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, and we would love to hear from you. See what I did there? We would love to hear. All right, we're back again with the Love Doctor, Dr. Eve.
Doctor.
Yes, it's Monday morning. We're talking about the 5 love languages and why it is so important to understand them, how to express them, understanding why your partner needs that particular love language so much. Sipho is on the line. Sipho, good morning.
Hi.
Hello everyone.
Very, very great to have you on the line on this Monday morning, our first caller for the week. That's amazing. Tell us, what is your comment or your question?
My boyfriend is no more giving me time. Even when I ask to hang out with him, he's always busy. And I don't know, because after the first season, he's like totally changed, and I don't know why. Even on social media, maybe when we chat on WhatsApp, he's so cold. Like, hi, where are you? Good night. There's no more like babe. There's no love at all, and I don't know what to do.
So you, sorry, Sipho, if I may ask, you said after what occurred, what had happened when things changed? After the festive season.
Oh. His excuse is just that he says that he don't trust me. That's all his excuse, and I don't know what made him not trust me.
All right. Whoa. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Sipho. Let's give that over to Dr. Eve.
Well, I mean, that is kind of... Sipho, I mean, that's kind of shocking for you.
Yeah.
That he suddenly changes and disappears, and he's giving you the blame by saying, I don't trust you. He's not taking responsibility for whatever it is that you're feeling. Because in that kind of situation, what he wants to be doing is to be saying, I want to understand your hurt, or tell me more about what's going on for you, not just deflecting it onto her. So whatever you're feeling is real. If you're noticing a change in him and he is not listening to your words, to your language of, I'm feeling confused, or I feel abandoned or neglected, you've got to do something really radical to let him know, this is no good for me. This is not what I want from a relationship. So talk up to it. Don't just be waiting. Step back and waiting for him to make the next move or disappear. Be really clear on it. This is what I'm wanting. I'm noticing you gone. I don't like it. I miss you. I feel abandoned. You've got to get clear. As you're going to hang around, you're going to be waiting for those breadcrumbs. You know, those breadcrumbs that happen?
So
don't wait.
Speak to him clearly, honestly, and openly about
you know, we're always afraid of doing that.
Yeah.
We're afraid of rejection, so we don't go there.
Yeah.
We rather just like let the situation linger and linger. No, Sipho, take control.
Yeah.
Take control.
Take control.
Take control, indeed. We are talking love languages this morning. Do you know yours? Do you know what your partner's is? 021-430-9881 is the number to call. We're here for you, and so is our relationship expert, Dr. Eve.
So she's not getting any of those love languages met, right?
Not at the moment,
No.
but we will speak more on that after the break.
Okay.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Alrighty, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday morning, and of course we appreciate your company starting off the week with us. So good to have you here. 5 love languages is what we're talking about. It's quality time, words of affirmation, gifts, physical touch, and I forget one.
Acts
of service.
There we go.
I'm trying to be a student of love.
You are, you're being cool.
Is it possible to have all the love languages as your preferred love language, or do some just naturally stand out more than others? Because, tell me about that.
So take the quiz and see which one stands out for you the most. As I said, I did it, and mine were words of affirmation. And we were hearing from Sipho as well what she was missing were words of affirmation and quality time, the things that we were all saying, you know, the things that we really like. She wasn't saying, oh, I want some more gifts. She was saying, oh, I want some more sex. She was saying, I want to hear the language.
Yeah.
And just maybe a quick side note where maybe partners miss reading between the lines.
Oh,
you know, obviously she said that her partner doesn't spend as much time with her, so that's obviously quality time. But then she said, and when we talk, he doesn't say things like babe or whatever. That's not her saying he doesn't say words of affirmation as the, you formalize that way, but she's giving intention that is the love language that is missing.
Yeah. Let's talk about on the onset of a relationship, or even maybe if you're in one right now, how important is it to know your partner's love language? Because I think maybe we've got certain expectations of our partners to show us love in certain ways, but maybe that's just not how they do things.
Exactly.
You know, maybe they're not touchy-feely, but they're acts of service. They're washing the dishes. They'll, you know, throw out the garbage, and they think, this is how I show my love. And you're like, touch me, and you're like,
100%.
I don't touch. You know, so maybe it's really important
100%.
to know.
100%. So I would say to anyone who's courting right now, and also people who are in long-term relationships, take the quiz, get onto the 5 love languages, the Gary Chapman site, and take that quiz and talk with each other.
Yeah.
The thing that I love about this is that it is a communication tool.
Yeah.
It's so accessible. It gives couples something that they can concretely do together, and then talk about the things that really appeal to them. And I'm coming back to what I said earlier. What makes you feel loved? Your partner can't know that. And what we do, what he's spoken about, is that we do what we want.
Yeah.
So if words of affirmation are my thing, I'm going to do a lot of those to my partner, but he doesn't know that that's actually what I want. He's just receiving them, but he's not knowing that that's really what I appreciate the most.
Yeah.
And I don't know really what does it for him. So how can I actually give him what he really needs? I may think words of affirmation are really what he really wants, like you were saying, Leanne. Maybe somebody really loves giving gifts, but the other person has no appreciation of them. They don't feel loved by the gifts. The reverse is also really, really important to know. If somebody needs words of affirmation, when you are critical, when you are dismissive with your language, that is going to be like a knife in their gut. More than usual, because they don't understand why you're hurting them so much, but you're not aware that you're hurting them that much with your words of criticism or words that you know are just dismissive.
Because it's like the exact opposite of their love language.
Exactly.
It's like, and it's not only that you're using, what shall I say? Like you're not just using words, but it's in the exact opposite manner. Like you said, it's like, it's like a knife in the gut.
It's a knife in the gut. So let's talk about gifts even. That some people who really love gifts, and I'd love to hear from the viewers, you know, why is it that you love gifts, that you feel loved through gift giving? And what is it about the gifts? So it's more about this person's hearing me. I can be walking in a store with a partner and say, oh, I really like that, or listening to a piece of music, oh, I really like that, and next minute it's kind of on your playlist. Because they've listened to you, they've heard you, they've taken the time to go and give you what you want, and in that way you feel loved. So that's like an accumulation of many different things that come together in a gift, and that's like, oh goodness, this really talks to my heart. I feel loved by you because you've heard me, you've made the time, you've made the effort to go and do that, and that's what counts for me, not the actual gift. But that's, and also the gift, because that's like uniquely what I love, not just a random gift that you just buy me because you think I want a gift. I mean, that sucks.
Exactly.
That sucks.
Exactly.
That's
Personalized thoughtfulness. Yeah.
Yes.
So much to know. Okay, what I wanted to ask is this.
Yes.
Do two people that speak the same love language have a better chance at success at a relationship than two people with different love languages?
I definitely would say, I would definitely think so, that if words of affirmation are going to work for you both, then you're going to keep giving that to each other, and you're going to feel really well loved. You know, you're going to both be on the same page.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead, Kat.
Let's pause.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to pause
I
you.
love this.
Lines open.
I'm here for this conversation.
021409881. We'll be back with Dr. Eve. All right, we're back again with Dr. Eve talking love languages. A quick poll on social media revealed some interesting stats, but of course, Twitter. Come on, Jack, upgrade that option with the poll thing, because now we can only put up 4 options. Come on, Jack. But anyway, a lot of people, I think if I remember properly seeing what the poll was saying, or here it is right now, quite evenly split between quality time and acts of service, physical touch and gifts, which are 2 separate love languages, but they've been pinned at 21, and words of affirmation at 14%.
Yeah, that's surprising, actually.
Wow. Callers are calling in.
Yes.
A lot of them asking, what happens when you lose your love language? So where you kind of are living past each other.
So you had it at one point, and
now
then the relationship continued, and then you just stopped doing the things that you were able to show the person you love.
Oh, goodness, you're going to feel so unloved. You know, the problem with not sharing love languages to start out with is that you're going to be in disappointment all the time. So if you don't say to your partner, this is really what is meaningful, or when they do give you words of affirmation, you say, I really like that, that really turns me on, that really makes me feel closer, makes me feel loved. when you lose that, they first of all may not know that it's important to you. They may think that I've got you. We've said all these words. I don't need to say them on a continual basis for you to feel loved. You should just know that you are loved by me. Wrong.
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 Sorry.
Okay? You've got to keep saying them. You can't lose that as a love language because your partner's going to go into disappointment, shrinkage, disappear, detach from you, and the relationship is going to tumble down. So don't lose the language. But it's really important, you know, if this is something that you're watching with us right now, take this home with you this evening to a partner. I also want to just say that this is what Gary Chapman found. This is fantastic for relationship with anyone.
Yeah.
With your child.
100%.
With family.
Yeah.
With friends.
Yeah.
So extend it. Even, you know, we do not discriminate against single people on this show. So even if you do not have anybody who is significant in your life, please use it with important people in your life because we have relationships with people, we have friendships with people. And it's important for them to know that if they bring you a pot, a beautiful plant when you are feeling sad, mad or bad, you're going to say thank you, but actually what you really would have liked is a hug.
Wow.
So let people know what it is that you most want.
And I think even a greater, like, just declaration of love is to take that into consideration. Is to say, I want to love you better, or I want to do better in this relationship by knowing what it is that you need. You know, and it's a
beautiful
simple thing.
gift.
It's just a simple thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this person loves touch. But I now know that I'm going to do better.
I don't think it's a simple thing because the first thing we have to do, which is what I'm encouraging our viewers to do, is take the quiz and find out for yourself what is your own love language, right? Yeah. Because even as we started the show today, you two went through the process of looking and saying, okay, this is mine, this isn't what I really most value. It's important. You can't communicate that to a partner unless you take responsibility for self first and say, this is really, I'm discovering I really like acts of service.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Eve, thank you very much for your time and expertise. Very enlightening subject today. It's great, great topic. And thank you for engaging with us and giving us all those calls. And in the words of the famous songwriter Leanne Williams, the best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I want your time.
Okay.
That's what you said.
That's the remix, y'all.
That's what I want. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Thanks, babe.
And your love.